during flight, because flight is a very energy demanding process. It requires a lot of energy generation, and the muscles cannot be fatigued and all that. They have the presence of another box like structure which is called as the Syrinx, okay, which helps them in producing the beautiful sounds that the birds are known to make. Friends, let us continue with the general characteristics of class Aves. We have completed till digestive system in the previous lecture. Next we are going to take up circulatory system. Circulatory system. Birds are known to have a 4-chambered heart. We have a 4-chambered heart. You know that, right? 2 auricles and 2 ventricles. Similarly, they also have a 4-chambered heart. Reptiles had a 3-chambered heart with a partially divided ventricle, and the crocodiles had a 4-chambered heart. The crocodiles are close relatives of the birds as well, having the 4-chambered heart. So that is complete double circulation. Okay, there is no mixing of blood. In our heart, no, with the 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, in our heart, the oxygen-rich blood is pumped through the left ventricle by the aorta, and it forms an arch like this, and it goes down, and it then supplies to different parts of the body. This arch that is formed by aorta, which provides blood to all parts of the body, is called as the aortic arch, also called as the systemic arch. In human heart, the aortic arch or the systemic arch is left-sided arch. In case of the birds, it is a right-sided arch. Systemic arch is right-sided. In humans, it is left-sided. The RBCs, in case of the birds, are nucleated. In humans, they are enucleated. Respiratory system. The respiration in case of the birds is pulmonary, that is through lungs. They do have the lungs, but along with the lungs, they have many such kind of balloon-like extensions to the lungs, up to 9 of them. These extensions are filled with air-filled cavities. These are called as air sacs. Okay, and they are associated with their lungs. The purpose of the air sacs is that it will increase the respiratory efficiency of the bird during flight, because flight is a very energy demanding process. It requires a lot of energy generation, and the muscles cannot be fatigued and all that. So to provide oxygen very efficiently, these air sacs are present. The lungs of the bird are never filled with stale air like how ours are filled with stale air during expiration, isn't it? But this is not the case. Because of the presence of these air sacs, the mechanism enables that during inspiration also there is fresh air, and during exhalation also there is fresh air. The air from the air sacs is pumped in the lungs during the exhalation process. So it is filled with fresh air, and the amount of oxygen that is extracted from the air is much higher compared to ours. The birds seem to be the most respiratory efficient vertebrates amongst all the vertebrates. So these air sacs are important. Air sacs present up to 9, and they are connected to the lungs and even to pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones are usually long bones. Okay, the function of these air sacs is provide continuous fresh airflow to lungs, increase respiratory efficiency. Also, they make body light. Bird lungs are said to be rigid and non-expandable. They need to be rigid and non-expandable because of their flight nature. Excretory system. The birds will have metanephric kidneys, the more advanced type of kidneys, and they are said to be uricotelic. That is, their excretory waste is uric acid. They do not have a urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is absent, and these mechanisms are obviously to reduce the weight of the body, because uric acid does not require any mixing with water. It can be excreted out as it is. The white part in the bird droppings is the uric acid, seen as white part in bird droppings, and the urinary bladder is absent to reduce body weight. Next, nervous system. The sense of sight is very well developed in case of the birds, because when they are flying they need to see clearly over long distances. But the sense of smell is very poorly developed for obvious reasons. They will not be able to smell the things from that great distance. External ears are absent. They will have just a single ossicle in their middle ear, that will be called as columella. Sense of sight is highly developed. Sense of smell is poorly developed. No external ears and middle ear has only one ossicle, which is called as Columella. Body temperature. You know that the birds are warm-blooded. They are the first vertebrates that we are looking at, which are warm-blooded. Reptiles, amphibians, Pisces, they were poikilotherms, cold-blooded animals, and these are warm-blooded or homeothermic animals. Birds are warm-blooded, also called as homeothermic. What does it mean? They maintain constant body temperature like us. They maintain homeostasis. They maintain a constant body temperature, which makes them more efficient than the other vertebrates. Reproductive system. The sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. In females, only a left ovary of the two ovaries and the left oviduct are functional. The right oviduct and the right ovaries are non-functional. Why? To reduce their body weight. All these adaptations that we are looking at are to reduce their body weight for the flight character. The eggs development is direct. The eggs are polylecithal. Polylecithal meaning with a lot of yolk. Human eggs are microlecithal. Our eggs do not have a lot of yolk. Human beings also produce eggs, although they are not laid outside. They are polylecithal with a lot of yolk, and they are cleidoic eggs. Human eggs are non-cleidoic. Cleidoic means closed, covered by a shell. Cleidoic eggs are also found in reptiles. Not the case with amphibians and Pisces. Cloaca. Cloaca was present in amphibians and reptiles as well. It is a common opening for the digestive, reproductive and excretory system. They have the presence of cloaca, no separate openings. Common opening for digestive, excretory and reproductive systems. It is present in them. Then another interesting feature that they have is a syrinx. Now we have a larynx, which is also called as our voice box, and beneath that we have the trachea. The larynx is called our voice box. Birds will have the larynx and the trachea, alright, but at the base of the trachea, wherein the trachea is just about to divide into two branches, they have the presence of another box-like structure, which is called as the syrinx, okay, and it comprises of many membranes inside it, which helps them in producing the beautiful sounds that the birds are known to make. This special structure, the sound producing box, is present in the birds. It's a sound producing organ present at the base of trachea. So with that we complete the general characteristics of Class Aves.
In the name of Lord Mahadev, please subscribe to my channel.